Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show you my latest pile of loot from Big Bad Toy Store. Okay guys, so like I mentioned in the intro, we're going to look at my pile of loot from Big Bad Toy Store. This pile of loot's been sitting in there for over 70 days, started to get towards the end. Another large item, or one large item, kind of came in, kind of sealed the deal for me. I wanted to get the pile of loot before Christmas time, before the end of the year, and looking at the rest of my pre-orders, really nothing else. I wasn't expecting anything else until I think sometime in the second quarter of 25. So I thought, you know what, just let's pull the pile of loot. It's been there for long enough. Let me show you everything I got. It's a pretty good little haul. It's not crazy big, but I think there's some really good stuff in here, so I want to share it with you. This is the box here. You can see it's a pretty good sized box, good medium sized box. All right, so one of the first things is this. I got a couple of figures from 52 Toys. I picked up this guy. Don't know too much about this guy, but I did think he would fit into my fantasy world. Very cool looking box. There were three, or I should say two other figures in this wave of figures. There was three total. This was the only one that I liked. I tend to like more realistic figures, and although this guy is a bit more anime, comic booky, I really liked the sword. I really liked the armor, how he looked, and I thought, you know, this guy's just real enough that I could use him in my fantasy world. So I picked up that guy. I'm not sure what his name is. I can't read the box or anything, but these are from 52 Toys. Nice packaging. First time I've seen that, you know, in person. Sticking along those lines of the new 52 Toys, I also picked up the Final Fight figures. And these were the guys that were actually sitting in the pile of loot for the 70 plus days. I was just waiting for some other things to come in. This guy came in and a few other items, but this guy looks awesome. Really happy to get this one. Again, 52 Toys with some really nice collector-friendly packaging. But we got Cody. We picked up Hagar. I think that's how you say that name. Did play this as a kid. My brother and I was trying to tell him what these were, and I wanted to tell him Streets of Rage, and I was like, no, it's just like Streets of Rage. We used to play it just like Streets of Rage. And then I had to go, remember Final Fight? And he's like, oh, yeah. But for some reason in our minds, when we used to play the games together, these two, Final Fight and Streets of Rage, kind of like mixed together. I think they were both kind of side-scrolling and beat-em-ups kind of a thing. And so they both kind of stuck out in our minds as the same game. But we got the Hagar, and then for the final one, we picked up Guy. So I believe this is the entire wave of the first, you know, the first figures. It's just the three of them. And the box art, everything looks really good. I think I might keep these boxes and put them back in there when they're done. But very nice. So 4 figures total, 52 toy figures. I don't have a lot of experience with 52 Toys except for the Capcom. I have the video here on the channel. I already forgot the name, but I'll put it here. But I did do a video for some of those. I do like 52 Toy products. They're really good figures, highly articulated, and they're in scale. All right, so the next couple items are all from Boss Fight Studio. When they were doing their 25th anniversary sale, and it was like every day they were putting up new stuff, and you kind of had to check. And I found that they had this Phantom. He got down to about $16, I think, 15 and change, or 16 and change, which is a pretty good deal for this guy. I do have this one already, but it's a really good figure, and I thought maybe I could use him for a custom. He does come with a couple accessories, a couple pistols, extra set of hands, a stand, and these little bird people. And there's it's hard to see, but there's a little post back there so he could put in his back, and the bird can kind of like fly by his ear over his shoulder. This is a really good figure. I think I'm going to use this. I got this one specifically to kind of take apart and not worry about if what I'm going to try to do works and doesn't work. I think I'm going to use this on the figure the custom I've been trying to make of my brother. I think the upper body of this and these pistols might work really good for him. I've got to put that all together. It might not work out. A lot of times the Kit Bash customs that I try to put together don't work. But got an extra figure, 16 bucks. It was a really good deal on sale. I also picked up a couple of these. I watched Awesome Action Toys. I initially passed on this figure, but Awesome Action Toys did a review on it. And after seeing him up close and him handling them, I thought, you know what, I can use those. Those are pretty good figures. I ended up picking up two of these guys. Malvar Quell. So there is two different head sculpts in there. So I got two for two different characters. Lots of good accessories. I do recognize this one of the swords there. It does look like it's one of the Zorro swords. Or very similar, or maybe not actually. It looks a little, same style of sword, but different hilt. But this guy looks pretty good, a lot of accessories there. He's got like a, I don't know what you call that stringed instrument. There's a hat, looks like a removable cloak, removable hood. They always come with a stand. Looks like a big knife in the back, so it looks like a good figure. I got two of them so I can fit them out with the two different head sculpts, two different characters. Again, this is probably going to go in my fantasy stuff. You can see the full wave there. And the last figure of the Boss Fight Studio last figure was the girl there at the end, the Desert Wanderer. And again, I had both of these I had kind of passed on until I saw other people's reviews, in particular Awesome Action Toys. He did this one as well, and I thought, you know what, she is pretty good. I can use her. So I ended up picking up one of her Barbarian Refugee. She looks pretty good. There's three heads in there, but I'm probably gonna pick the best one and leave it there, and use the rest for custom stuff, fodder. But she looks pretty good. She looks pretty good. Really like Boss Fights. You know, when Boss Fight does it right. They get it right. They have some great figures. And for the last item, this was the final thing, the kind of final straw that it's like, you know what, let's go ahead and send it. I picked this up. This is the Batman, the animated series Batmobile. This is part of the Mezco 5 Points line. And so it does fit 3.75-inch action figures. Let's see it there. I have done a couple Batman, I guess I did one Batman Batmobile video, and in that video, I'll try to leave a link to it here. It's one of my older ones. I pull out all my Batmobiles, and I think I have 4 or 5. So this is a new one to add to the collection. I loved this show when I was a kid. I loved the Batman the Animated Show. What really put me over the top was that it is a 2-person cockpit, so you can fit 2 figures in there. I have plenty of Batman. I think in that same video with the Batmobiles, I pull out a lot of my Batman collection, and I know at least 1 or 2 of those guys are going to fit in here. So love this car. Pretty good deal. This is my first, I think this is the first ever Mezco product that I've bought, because they really don't work too much in my scale except for their 5 Points line. But I'm into more modern, highly articulated action figures, so 5 points of articulation isn't enough for me. But they do have some cool play sets and vehicles, and so I thought, you know, this is my time to dip in. I've heard lots of good things about Mezco, but mostly in the 1/12 and bigger scale. So we'll see how this looks. It might be a new avenue for me. They do have a Keaton Batmobile that's also up right now for sale. But because I recently bought the Spin Master Flash one of the Keaton Batmobile, I decided to pass on that one and go for one of the Batmobiles, a model that I don't have. So that's what this is here. So we've got a Mezco 5 Points Batmobile, got 4 Boss Fight Studio action figures, and some new 52, or new 52, that's DC, some 52 toys, figures. We've got Final Fury, and then this guy. I'm not sure what the game or the show is regarding this guy, but he does look pretty good. Alright guys, so short video this time. This is my pile of loot. This one, it didn't come in time to make my November haul, so that's why it's a separate video. But I did want to kind of show you what I got here before I start breaking it all out and doing videos on it. And I do think I am going to do videos on a few of these items, probably the Batmobile and these guys here, the Final Fight figures, and possibly the boss fight stuff too. I look, I do check the analytics of my page, and I notice I do get a lot of views on my Boss Fight Studio stuff, so I might start doing more Boss Fight Studio figures. I have a ton of Boss Fight stuff, and I have a lot, several on pre-order now, so there'll be more in the future. So please stick around, please consider subscribing. If you have any of this stuff here, if there's something in here you want to see before something else, just let me know in the comments below, and I will try to move that to the front of the line. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.